So President Trump went off the rails during an early morning tweet storm, as usual, after finding out that special counsel Robert Mueller may appear before a House committee to discuss the findings of his investigation. Now, on Twitter, he demanded that Mueller not show up, which is hilarious, and accused the Democrats of their own crimes. Well, now, what crimes? Now, what crimes have the Democrats done? I don't know. I guess somebody was talking to a Clinton staffer on the tarmac. I don't know. But nonetheless, he says, oh, no, go after Clinton's crimes. Clinton's crimes. Okay, that's fun. No, look, maybe it's related to having an unsecured server, which not necessarily a crime, but is terrible, terrible practice. So if you're going to have a server, you need to secure it. And by the way, there's a lot of Republican hypocrisy on this, as a lot of Trump staffers have been found to have their own private email servers. So let's just talk about that. Anyway, now on Twitter, Trump, he said, after spending more than $35 million over a 2-year period, interviewing 500 people using 18 Trump-hating, angry Democrats, where does he get 18 from? They're all registered Republicans. And then he just apparently added 5 more people to that list. I don't know why. And then 49 FBI agents, all culminating in a more than 400-page report showing no collusion. Why would the Democrats in Congress now need Robert Mueller to testify? Well, now, if it's a complete, clear exoneration, as you would claim, then why would you care? Why would you care if they waste their time? He continues. Are they looking for a redo because they hated seeing the strong no collusion conclusion? Oh, that's fun. There was no crime, except on the other side. Incredibly not covered in the report. Then what crime? What crime? What crime? What report? Moving on. And no obstruction. Bob Mueller should not testify. No redos for the Dems. Okay. Now, let me ask you. Does that sound like someone who's not afraid of what Robert Mueller might say? I'm just asking. I'm very curious. I mean, look, if it is a complete and total exoneration, then why would he be afraid of Mueller testimony? I don't know. That said, Democrats, of course, would hate the no collusion finding, and they do, except that, again, the report didn't necessarily mention collusion. They did, however, find not enough evidence to prove, beyond a shadow of a doubt, a criminal conspiracy involving Donald Trump and the Russian government, despite, of course, the Russian government being more than willing to help the Trump campaign win. Except that, look, it would appear from the report that even though the Russians offered their help at numerous times, the Trumps were too stupid to take it. Which I guess maybe you could say they're too smart to take it. But no, they definitely wanted to, but they were too dumb to make it happen. So then again, here you have not enough evidence of a conspiracy, but you know what? You have plenty of obstruction, lots and lots of obstruction. Now, the Democratic establishment, of course, for 2 years, yelled about collusion nonstop. So they were pretty mad when Mueller didn't come out and say, oh, no, Donald Trump, definitely a Russian plant, PP tape is real, all that stuff. And sadly, there are still Dems pushing that narrative. Nonetheless, the obstruction here, now the obstruction and the related financial crimes, or unrelated financial crimes, I think that should be the focus, right? And there are other investigations that were spawned off of the Mueller investigation that are looking into Donald Trump's finances. Deutsche Bank, that knows his finances, are making him very, very nervous by releasing some of this information to investigators, right? So now, when it comes to obstruction, the president tried very, very hard to obstruct the investigation. Mueller found about 10 counts of obstruction, and then, but he punted it to Congress. He punted it to Congress because he believed that he did not have the authority to indict a sitting president, and of course wanted Congress to do their job. Now, is Congress doing their job? No. Democrats like Nancy Pelosi are super, super weak, said, no, we're going to play politics. We're going to look at the polls, which, by the way, polls have a majority of people that are actually against impeachment proceedings. So they look at that and they say, oh no, we're completely super scared of the Republicans. We're going to play politics, and we're not going to hold Trump accountable because of politics. No. Do your job. Even if it's not popular, you have a duty to uphold the Constitution. So that gets me to my conclusion, right? Mueller is going to speak, possibly, but what would be the point of bringing Mueller in to answer questions if Pelosi and the Democrats are not going to do anything, no matter what the answer is? Now, look, I'm personally interested in what he has to say, but if you're not moving towards action, then you're just wasting everybody's time, and you're playing partisan politics. So what's the real point here? I mean, I guess I would understand the whole purpose of bringing him in if Democratic leaders are like, oh, no, you understand, we're holding, like, we're trying to get more answers, right? So we're kind of holding our fire, as Democrats usually do. We need more information so we can start looking at impeachment. Okay, well, I would accept that as a decent answer. Not the great answer. I think we got plenty of evidence now, but if the Democrats want to play it super, super safe and careful, well then, okay, whatever, right? But Pelosi, remember, she took it off the table. So what this looks like is a whole political stunt to me. But that said, it does have the one benefit of enraging the baby in the White House. So at least I guess it's entertaining to watch Trump continue to melt down every day. That is the solace that we get from this. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm gonna have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a patreon.com/TYTNation set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know how I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.